Good morning. This is B from Kongs R Us, and welcome to our Sunday chill and chat. As you can see, Mrs. Kongs R Us is still on her way. She's getting her eyebrows did, making them on point for everybody. But welcome to our Sunday chat, which it's been a while since I've had Mrs. Kongs R Us on stream live. So I'm excited to get her in here. And I don't know how excited I am for this conversation, but I thought it'd be a fun opportunity to talk a little bit about a subject that has been getting close to a limit, if you will. So for folks that saw the thumbnail in today's topic, we're going to be talking a little bit about um, the uh, the relationship that you may have with a significant other that is enjoying the hobby as much as we are, and what is it that hits the limit for our significant others when we have all these things. And I bring in a full size pinball machine and or do other things too. So we're gonna hopefully have a candid conversation and have some examples to share. And we have a wonderful relationship. Though I'll state that just up front that even though we will have a conversation like this, we have a nice way to chat about it, talk about it, and have a cool down period, if you will, and eventually we can laugh about it. So I hope that this will be a fun conversation with Mrs. Kongs R Us, who I hear is on the way right now because I think something just cracked open. She might have already started drinking something. So how are you this morning?
Oh, hello. It took me a while to get my eyebrows on point.
Did it?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good.
It's been a while since we've had you live on stream, but if you want to let the furries loose.
The kittens, please. This is a children's show.
Yeah, it's a children's show. We do have our kittens that are now meowing because it is early for us. But good morning, folks who are here. I see everybody that's here. Papa Brad's Gaming. Brad, did you change your YouTube name so that you can have some branding? That's cool. Zohar is here. What's going on? Mango Slice. Dylan J is here. Ritual Dello. Akuma Rev. Balance is key, my man. I agree. That's one of my main mantras in life is just balance is key. So I think that's an absolutely wonderful, wonderful thing that you mentioned, because without it, that a lot of things can go wrong. Kato, what's going on, man? Earth Monster AZ is here. Mike Caputo, have fun at the Sox games. Molar Medic is here. C-Mart, the Centertainer here. Philly Chick, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Rubicon Alpha is here as well. Raul Carranza. Mike Hawk is here. There it is. Brad and Majin Ian, Rich Odella, Alfred Berger, Captain Power. Oh, Captain Power asks, how did I do in that pinball tournament? I never heard after I saw your video, but definitely seemed excited. So curious how it went. Well, I'm officially ranked on the IFPA website now. So I am a ranked world pinball player. But what does that mean? I'm still terrible because out of the tournament of 48 people that happened 2 weeks ago, I finished 47th. So second to last place. But I had fun. And the person I beat out was my son, who got 48th place. So I wasn't saying much, but man, it was pretty fun to just be a part of that entire process for everything. Hey, what's up, the Rector Show? What's going on? And Dad Dan is here. Well, anyways, and Show Me Retro is here too. Thanks everybody for joining in. So again, we're going to be talking a little bit about Mrs. Kongs R Us, who I must say right off the bat is pretty buff. Did you have any trouble lifting me up for that photo shoot last night?
No, not at all. I asked him, like, how do you want me to pick you up? From the front, piggyback, or fireman style? And he was like, it's fireman style.
Yeah, she wanted to, like, I can pick you up and hold a beer one-handed at the same time, because yesterday's picture that I had posted early on was Mrs. Kongs R Us helped bring in my full-size V-pin cab. And yes, while she is crazily strong, I think I used some camera magic to showcase that we actually had the V-pin on a stool already by the time we took the picture. But I thought it was funny that we had so many comments that were like, wow, Mrs. Kongs R Us can chug a beer and carry something.
One-handed kitten hold.
One-handed kitten holds. That's right. The real pinball tournament is hard. Dude, where did she get her shirt? Oh, so whatchamacallit? Akuma is asking about your shirt. She's loving it.
This is super old. I think we got it at one of the old Comic Cons when they did a collaboration. Sanrio did a collaboration with Capcom. That was like years and years and years and years ago.
Yeah. All right. So the dad Dan was saying his At Games Legends pinball is still in the box because she's mad. Okay, so let me ask you straight off. Is there anything that I've ever purchased that has made you somewhat angry like that you were surprised about?
Let me think.
Mm-hmm. All right, so she's thinking really hard right now. But there was a couple times where I bought some full-size arcades in my arcade, and I wanted to show off a sample of the last time I bought a full-size arcade, which was the Star Wars Racer. I actually recorded myself telling her live, so so this will be a little bit of a treat. But she is a true superwoman, so I wanted to show you this video that I don't think I've showed anybody yet. I was hoping to do some content with this later on, but this is my confession to Mrs. Kong's Rust that I just bought a Star Wars arcade racer. So let's check it out. So this is late night in March. I told you I did a bad thing today.
What did you do? We can hear the audio.
We have space in our garage for more stuff.
What did you buy? What did you buy?
It's a Star Wars theme related thing.
Don't tell me you're the one who bid that pod.
Oh no, I didn't buy that one. That was way too expensive. Star Wars Battle Pod sold for $9,500. I didn't pay that much for something, but it is something really cool. Remember when we were at Redonda Fun Factory and there was that really cool arcade that would be like, oh, that would be cool if we had one in our house?
You said that about all the arcades.
But it was Star Wars themed. Remember which one it was?
It's not the pod racer one, is it? Where are you gonna put it?
It was only $400.
It's probably a broken piece of shit.
I bid on it because it was so low priced, and I was like, no one's gonna let me buy this for $400.
Because it's broken.
But it's cool.
You're living in the garage.
All right, so do you remember that conversation?
Yes.
It was a late night conversation. That was my confession that I just filmed because I thought it'd be funny to show her that I just purchased a Star Wars arcade pod racer from oh my goodness, and we just started up our pinball machine, but that's okay. All right, so any thoughts about that video? Does that seem familiar to anybody else if you've ever done that before? And it's not gonna go until it actually that's okay.
Let me turn it off.
We had to like flip it off. All right, so what'd you think? Garage life. She knows the feeling. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? Asking for a friend. What do you think? I'm asking you.
What did I think?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you were going to share that video. And then,
Can you turn it off really fast? Flip the switch. Underneath the side. On the wing. Yeah, right there.
So complicated.
So complicated. It's not that complicated. Just flip the switch. All right, there it is. So yeah, I just wanted to relive that moment with you live. How did you feel at the time? What was going through your mind?
Why did he buy another arcade? A full-size one? And you know what? It was a piece of shit. It still doesn't work.
It still has its wrap around it in the arcade in my garage right now. So it still doesn't work. But that really wasn't the issue, though, because eventually I got it to fit in the arcade. But even before that, that sample arcade, because if that didn't set you off, I think she was shocked at the time. But I made space for it. But the first time I did, yeah.
No. I drew a square area and exceeded the square area to the point where yesterday I said the only thing that's good about this arcade is the fact that I keep whacking the door on it every time I open our car door.
Yeah. So somebody was asking, did the racer cab work? It doesn't. It still has a broken PCB. So it's a beautiful piece of art right now that I have in my garage that I'm hoping to get fixed at some point. Yeah, but it was $400 plus a 15% premium fee. But $400 for a Star Wars pod racer. I just couldn't pass it up. I just bid on it on a whim, thinking I wasn't going to win it. And I was like, all right, for $400, I'll figure it out. But this, I want to take you back to last August because I also filmed this, but I didn't know what to do with it in terms of content. But this is, again, me buying my very first huge arcade, Captain's Arcade auction. And it was a full-size dual Virtuon cab. So first reaction. Ta-da!
I like how you catch me after I'm covered in cat fur. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Caroline.
How are you?
Hey, Dave, Brown's a good one.
What do you think? It's beautiful, isn't it? It's so amazing.
He's gonna get the little ones. I talked to me getting the bigger ones. You said you like that better.
The picture you showed me was just one. Why is there two?
You said you wanted the pink one.
It's one unit.
No, he's showed me one. It was separate.
Oh, that was from the side. You can only see one.
All right, hi baby, put on your shoes. Come on. All right, do you remember that?
Yeah, Moo's right behind us.
Yeah. What was your reaction the first time I cleaned out our garage? And at that time, it was the first time I still had space in our garage. So that morning,
yeah, we had space because you moved the car out.
I did. I now had permanently parked our car outside to have that garage space.
Come here.
Oh yes.
He's going for the beers. Maybe we should start drinking
I
it.
have some beer back here. So yeah, how did you feel at that time?
Moo, how do you feel?
Moo.
Oh, hefty boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just remembered you showed me a picture and there's only one chair and it ended up being two. Tabby. Oh, we have like kittens who are gonna pounce on your
We're gonna
machine.
pounce on everything. That's fine. But yes, Virtuon. It was a full-size Virtuon cab that I got both cabs at 2 a.m. auction because it was just super late, and it was $700 for both cabs. But that one, the blue side is working, the pink side is not working. But anyways, it was a large cab. So I've been bringing in these arcades into the house.
We lost the cat.
Cat just like totally ate it behind the arcade. But yeah, that was another fun reaction video to Mrs. Kong's R Us. So, I mean, is this setting you off at all anytime that I bring home a new arcade? Because it used to be not, and Project 03 is here, by the way, because Project 03 has a bunch of toys. It used to not be arcades. I have a room full of toys, and it used to be just a small box of a new Transformer or something that would show up at the house. But now I'm like bringing in these huge things. So how are you feeling from then to now about these big arcades bringing in? Is what's setting you off at all? Is it the arcades? Is it the
What is setting me off?
Yeah.
Jeez, what is setting me off? No, it's not the cost, surprisingly. I think it's a space and the fact that it encroaches directly into like my living area. So this whole den area used to be where a couch, we could sit and watch TV. We can't watch TV anymore.
We can. It's still there. The TV's still there.
And then these kittens that he promised to keep this area clean. It's like wires, and I'm surprised they haven't chewed through any of the wires, just like the couple that you're modding for, which is always funny because it's like, oh, they went straight for what's like important to you. Mm-hmm. It's definitely the space. And then every time he tells me like I'm gonna get a new arcade, it's like, all right, where is it gonna go? Because if you pan around, these mini arcades are like right up against each other. So there's no space. Where's it going?
Everybody's agreeing about the space. So yes, while the space is one thing that really is the limiting factor in our retro home arcades, we now have to start making sacrifices of like, what are we going to move, get rid of? In my case, I just got rid of a couch to make space for this. But all of that isn't actually what I put this stream together about. It wasn't the fact that I bought all these arcades. It wasn't the fact that I bought a brand new pinball machine. It was actually this moment a few nights ago for folks for folks that were part of a live stream that I did last Monday night. I did a live stream where I was doing some pinball play,
She's gonna attach your
and
crotch
she got a. I was in the middle of this Pinball FX3 tournament, which ends, by the way, today. So if you were part of the MCAP UAG tournament, I was playing Roadshow and trying to get a high score. I thought it'd be fun to just do some pinball gameplay. So here's the last 15 seconds of that stream, so you guys can see what happened. For those that were there live, were like, I wonder what happened, but this is what happened. So for folks that weren't there, here it is. Had a lot of folks in chat. I had Terry Red joining me in chat, and I was like, oh, Terry Red's here. And I was reading a comment.
Terry says you still prefer horizontal and MAME on the playfield monitor and used to have MAME in the background. It is.
And done.
You don't see my arm.
You don't, because everything, you just kind of closed it and everything just shut. So what happened, Mrs. Kongs or us, at that moment, for folks that are kind of clueless about what just happened?
Oh, he was playing against you?
No, this is somebody else.
Oh.
Yeah. What happened?
What happened?
Tell everybody what happened.
Well, it was already 11 p.m. at that point. And many times during the stream, I heard him say, well, this was only supposed to go on for an hour. I think I've already been over an hour. It's getting late. He says it himself many times during the stream. The children have already washed. I've washed. I've dried my hair. And he's still playing. I tuck the children in. And then within 20 minutes, my son's like, it's loud. I can't sleep. And I agree with you, bud. The solenoids, the music, the dad, everything is all loud. And I've already tucked the kittens in. They still sleep in their room at night too. So I walk over. I see he's paused, which means he's not playing a game. I asked if that's my machine. And then I closed it.
So yeah, I was streaming off of her laptop because I needed a mobile computer setup. And so she just slammed the laptop shut and then ran off. And I was like, I just sat there like, oh my crap. Like, I was in the middle of the stream cut out. Like, people in chat when I joined back in were like, what happened? What's going on? And then afterwards I was like, oh, holy crap. Like, I really set her off, because there's very few times where I make Mrs. Kongs or us pretty upset. So I could tell she was super upset. So upset for the fact that I didn't bother seeing her the rest of the night. And I slept on our de facto other bedroom because I thought she would be really angry at me. So I was in the doghouse for the night because it was YouTube. It was my late night YouTube streaming. So forewarning, I may not be doing some late night gameplay shows, but I was in the zone. I really wanted to get into the tournament. You know how much competition drives me. I was like in the middle of it. I was about to score a high score. I had some amazing people in the community that were joining me. I was connecting with their audience right here. I was talking to Terry freaking Red on the screen. Do you know who Terry Red is?
Do you know what I care about? The children getting sleep when they're supposed to go to sleep.
That's probably true. I mean, the kids do need their sleep. But I was talking to Terry Red. He's like one of the most prominent virtual pinball people in the community.
Terry Red call me, and I will probably talk his face off and say, "Don't let him do that again."
But he was joining a stream, and I was talking to Terry about MAME, and then all of a sudden, boom! I was like, "Oh man, I'm finally connecting with Terry Red." I was trying to get him on the show and do something else, and yeah, I guess I crossed the line. So late night YouTube is really what set Mrs. Kongs or us off. And I mean, there has been times. Do you feel like I do too much YouTube sometimes?
Well, there's a condition. I don't know if you noticed his Thursday show. He always ends at 6 because there's this one time he decided to live stream in the den. Again, the den where we're all supposed to live and be family, and the children are downstairs playing games, but then they're being loud. So what do? I had to take the children to the garage. We watched TV in the car, in the garage for 3 hours. It was the Outrun when you're unboxing and you had my sister help you with everything.
Was it?
No, it wasn't the unboxing. It was something about Outrun.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you were like, I need it quiet because I'm telling somebody something. But it was a 3-hour stream.
I think it might have been one of my live modding sessions that I was doing. So I was just getting into doing live streams and live modding in, I think, late November of last year, because before that my channel had been all produced content. I wasn't doing any of this live stuff, and so I didn't know kind of the systems to use. I was using StreamYard like this, and the timing of everything, I was just like, oh, let's just do it in the late afternoon, evening time. And so when I was early on doing it, Mrs. Kong's or Us, and the kids wanted to respect that. And I said I think I was only going to do it for an hour, so they kind of went outside and did stuff. But then when I went long, I think I did a 3-hour live modding session with somebody. Maybe Brad was there, and I don't think you were very happy being.
Yeah, the children had dinner in the car in the garage.
Yes. Well, Philly Chick says this is where balance comes into play. And again, so I have all these toys. Why do you think we have 3 cats in our house now? I made some concessions. I allowed you to have 3 cats in our house that are lovingly addition to the family. So, right? So we have some give and play. We have some balance.
I'd like to
I
say
have
they don't take
arcades.
that much space.
Yeah, but they take up a lot of energy and time as well.
Are you giving them time?
You are. I know I have my hobby with my arcades and you have your hobby with your kittens. You spend a lot on them. I spend a lot on this. It's a balanced life, right? You get to enjoy my arcades. I get to enjoy the kitties. It's perfectly balanced.
I need to give you the electricity bills.
You need to send me the vet bills for the kitties.
No, you want to see the vet bills?
Yeah.
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 I think the vet bills outweighs the electricity bill. So
No.
I know. So all right. So somebody's asking, we just need to get a bigger house. Problem solved. I can't win, Kong. I know that's true. So I don't know what to do with all this, but this is just some other fun footage that I have when I was bringing in my virtual on, or actually my pod racer. So after I went to go pick up my pod racer, I wanted to show this off just because I don't think I've showed it off. And I have some content that I filmed, but on the way home from bringing the pod racer home, I hopped into the back of the truck and did this. Here we go. I'm riding my pod racer.
Holy
on the
shit.
road. We're going home, guys. It's working. It's working. Woo!
Do you not see how dangerous this is?
Pod racer. Look at this guy.
How's it going? Oh my god, that's normal speed.
We're going. We're turning. We gotta turn to the right. We gotta pull this one down. We gotta One push block.
Oh
this one forward. Let's go. Here we go.
Oh my
Here we
goodness.
go.
Can you throw in front of the house?
Driveway into the final turn. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Pull this one down. Push this one up. Here we go. And forward. Let's go. Yeah. Riding the pod racer all the way home. Highlight of my life. I was riding a pod racer for real on the streets. A road pod racer.
I just like to see the person who's walking down the street and is like, is that a grown man sitting in an arcade?
I know. I think Richie Odella was on my live stream when I picked it up and told me to ride the pod racer home. And yeah, I did it. I was saving that for something. And I don't think I ever showed Mrs. Collins
No,
the rest of that.
that's so okay. This is the man who, what was it? One of your best friends' bachelor party. You did the sand dunes, flipped it over, sat there and realized I should not be doing dangerous shit because I have children now.
Yeah, I mean, it was safe. It was just one block, and we were on a trailer for everything too. But yeah, my danger days are hopefully long gone. But I mean, I just couldn't pass it up. I mean, it was locked down. You like, if you bought a pod racer and you were driving down, like, wouldn't you want to just get into it and ride it and just feel the wind in your hair, be Anakin Skywalker, be like, it's working. So I don't know. I thought $400 plus that ride home, even if it's not working, was absolutely worth it. So that was fun. Absolutely fun. Time to look into the offsite local. Page One Comic says, Kong's Arrest, for some comedy, you should have said to Mrs. Kong's Arrest, you have your hobbies, you have the kids. The kids could be your hobbies, right?
I think they are.
They are. That's pod racing. That's so cool. Worth it. That experience was worth it to share. I agree wholeheartedly. And then and for the last thing for the pod racer, this was Mrs. Kong's reaction to me bringing the pod racer actually into the house. How are you?
I'm so sad. You better watch out. Your thing's coming.
What are you talking about? Are you so excited, you mean, that we are now proud owners of a Star Wars pod racer arcade machine? She just walked away. I don't think she's happy.
Yeah, Tommy was there. I couldn't say words.
No words. I brought it home. I was filming her. I turned around and she was just gone. So from the whole spectrum of whether or not I bring a new arcade home, I think those are fun moments to capture. And, you know, I mean, truly, honestly, she's the best. She's my amazing partner in crime for allowing me to dive into this hobby and make space, do content like this, just because it's a fun space to open and talk about it. But besides the space issue of it, I've been blessed to have a community that's been following the channel and enjoying it. So it does become fuel to add content for future things like this. So I find myself filming a lot just in case I may make another YouTube video out of it. But I think the YouTube line is really where I need to find some more balance. So this is kind of like my confession to you that, like, you know, since we've been doing this and we've been live streaming and doing content and the channel's been growing, we're at 3,800 subs now. So we're really close to 4,000, which is fantastic. So thank you everybody that's been supporting the channel, watching us live throughout this time. But I do find myself during like real life situations where I feel like I'm behind the camera more often than I'm living life in front of it. Just so I can potentially film things for future content. And I do find that balance sometimes draining for myself. But during these live streams, again, the pressure to create content is there for any content creators that might relate to that. So how do you feel about, you know, that balance of me doing so much YouTube content? Do you see that in me trying to be behind more of the camera? And
you are definitely a lot behind the camera. Even like yesterday during our son's performance, behind the camera. And it's like they're recording it and they're streaming it live. Why don't you just enjoy it? Like sit there and enjoy it for a moment. I think you're more about like, I need to catch this, like this first impression behind the camera. It's like, why don't you take the first impression first, like see it and then pull out your camera. So there's definitely that balance. It's like, do I really need to record this at that moment, or can I enjoy it first and then record it later?
I can see that. Like, yeah, if I'm at a family event or something and I always want to capture it, like I'm looking at the event through the lens of the film. And
That's
then
the unfortunate
sometimes,
part.
yeah, but then like I like capturing those moments. I have so many moments that I can look back and see. I think that's just the whole family dad syndrome that used to just be behind the camcorder recording everything too. So part of me feels like that's capturing the experience, but sometimes I do it in the lens of like, oh, this might be good YouTube content for a later thing too. So there's kind of that balance. And my son, for example, after the pinball tournament, we went to a place called Camelot. This is amazing, amusement fun center, and I was doing a lot of filming for future content. And then instead of just enjoying it with him, we were kind of doing it together, like, oh, this could be good content. So I think there's times where it makes sense, but there's also times where it can be taxing. So I think there's some balance that I can do there.
Mr. Sketch is on.
Ooh, Mr. Sketch. Who's Mr. Sketch? Oh, hello, Mr. Sketch. What's going on? Yeah, hello. Majin Ian says, you're both very blessed to have each other, the kids and the kiddies. Thank you. I do feel very blessed to have a very loving family. And Zohar has a $14.99 super chat, by the way, that says, hi, B. Thank you for making my birthday dream come true with Bobby Vu. Tonight, he's showing a 7-minute review of the cab, his meetup with Bobby, and his first real videos trying to be a YouTuber. So this is Zohar. If last Sunday that you missed our chill and chat, like you posed as Miss Sonya Blade, showing off a Mortal Kombat cab that was for Zohar. How did you feel being Sonya Blade for a few minutes? Was that fun?
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was definitely a lot of your hand is not high enough. And I was like, I don't know how she's supposed to hold her hand. Like just a few inches, down. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. So for folks that missed last week's chill and chat and were looking for what Zohar was talking about, I did a chill and chat stream with Bobby and Zohar and Zod Rider, and we showed off Mrs. Kong's Rust dressed up as Sonya Blade. So in case you missed it, I thought it'd be fun to just show it off again. For the folks that love it, this was Mrs. Kong's Rust dressed up as Sonya Blade. So do you remember playing MK1 at all?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah? Is Sonya your character that you would play with anyways? No?
I think it was Katana.
Katana?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2? That was your favorite character?
Okay.
Yeah? Did you know any fatalities? Can you pull off fatalities?
No.
No?
We tried playing and I was like, where the hell is our moves? And I tried to read it off the tiny screen, which I just realized your sticker is not flat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I know. Victory pose. I know. Look at that. Very good. Working that pose. That's actually a really good Sonya Blade pose right there. I was looking at some other ones too when she's about to go fight. Those are from some things. So that was Mrs. Kong's Rust as Sonya Blade. Hopefully you liked it. And if you want to see more of the actual Mortal Kombat cab that we showed off, check out Zohar's stream. I believe his YouTube channel is called Console Fanboy. And it's at 6 p.m. Pacific tonight. And check it out. Yeah, thanks, Zohar, for the super chat. I appreciate you being here, man. And Eric has another $5 super chat that says, this channel brings revenue, Mrs. Kongs. Thanks for supporting him and the community. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. So,
look, $5 for $400 cab you spent.
But the experience is worth it. For this conversation is worth it for us to just be able to talk to the community and the fans. But again, we have a nice relationship where we can laugh about it. But I think there are some times where I do make her upset, and there's kind of there's like a period where like a cool down period where I have to let her just absorb it. But I have to. And sometimes, like I think somebody asked earlier, like better to just ask for forgiveness than permission, because sometimes I'll just move stuff and bring stuff in and be like, it's already here. The work's already been done. So unless I have to actually have her carry stuff. In fact, I was actually really worried about this. So the other day I brought in this brand new virtual pinball machine into the house. So the thumbnail that you saw was this virtual pinball machine. For folks that saw my YouTube post, this is a full-size virtual pinball machine based off a Stern pinball machine that I brought home to work on as a joint project with an amazing person. I'll talk a little bit more about it, but this is Mrs. Kong's or Us, and this was her being sad about it bringing me in. But again, I brought it into the house. It was big. I thought she was going to be a little bit more sad and mad, but she actually bucked up and grabbed a beer and helped me carry it in. So while she was still upset and internalizing
you caught me 2 beers in.
She was already like willing to help me. She wasn't just like, figure it out on your own. She was like, nope, let me buck up, drink a beer, and carry it in. So.
Oh, you thought I was just going to drop it at one point.
But I did get her 2 beers, and she had a good time carrying it. So, but for people that were wanting to know, how did you do it? Were you, how heavy was it? Was it good? Can you do it one-handed, you think?
No, I don't think I could do it one-handed.
Yeah.
It was pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I don't even know what part I was carrying.
Yeah. So Gamer Stan says, I want to edit videos for YouTube. What do you recommend for editing videos? I use a program called Camtasia that Mrs. Kongsworth introduced to me. So I feel like it's an easier version of editing software.
Yeah.
Like I think easier than Adobe Premiere.
Well, yeah. Adobe Premiere is super hard. If you were an Adobe and you have Creative Cloud, I definitely recommend Adobe Rush. That's really easy.
Yeah. So yeah, Camtasia, check it out.
Camtasia.
Papa Brad's Gaming says, I did a shout out when I was a guest on Rainwater Games channel for Bobby and Zohar. What a great example of a healthy community. Absolutely. I think I love talking to a lot of the other content creators and bringing them on, especially if they do like next level projects and things, and always promoting other community members as well. So definitely check out, some of my favorite folks in the community. I really like the MCAP and Rascal Basement Corner Arcade Show recently. That's something that I've been joining. Rainwater Games, UAG's been doing a lot of good stuff. Show Me Retros down here. I also want to really give a quick shout out to, what is it? Complete Geek TV. They just hit 1K subs finally, and they do some of the best content. So those are some of my favorite content creators out there. And the Rector Show, actually, one of Rector Show was, oh no, oh my goodness. You're just getting beer all over my arcades. No, just kidding.
Yes, I am.
Are you okay? You good? She just cracked open a beer. Yes. All right. So we are having beers this morning, drinking, having a good time. But yeah, Rex's show was one of the first people's shows that I ever joined to talk about Outrun, I think. So yeah, joining other community member shows and collaborating is always a fun time. So I appreciate all the folks. So that's Cancel Fanboy. Check them out. Oh, 9:15. Oh, Eastern. Oh, is that the time? Sorry. It's what was the time? It's what did he say? Sorry, it's right here. B, can you please come? It's at 6 p.m. Only 7 minutes. It's Zohar, by the way. Yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely. We will be there. So we'll be there.
6 p.m.
6:15 p.m. 9:15 Eastern. Got it. Okay, so it's 6:15 p.m. Pacific. I will be there. We will be there to say hello. Awesome. All right. Cool.
You will be there.
I will be there. You will be there?
No. Dinner
time. I mean, we'll definitely hang out. Be with your skill set, you could easily sell some of your flip arcades and mod projects. That's true. I do still take limited commissions for that original Star Wars arcade mod. Has been the biggest thing that I've been able to do. In fact, a lot of people, like, my biggest thing that people are asking me to do is to do modding services for the Outrun cab. And the problem with Outrun is, as a driving cab, the wheels and the pedals just take up a lot more configuration on the software side. And but I did have somebody that reached out to me and was like really dying to get their Outrun modded. And so I have my very first Outrun commission mod that I'm starting to work on. And what's that?
Seriously?
What? No, it's like, it's not going to take up more space. It's just them sending me the control panel. And I'll show you guys a little preview about what I'm doing. So when I did my tutorial video for Outrun, the main thing that was, I think, giving me a hard time thinking about doing a commission for was the pedals, because the pedals have 2 potentiometers inside for both pedals. And then in my tutorial, I just had people daisy chain these connections all the way up into the control panel. And I was like, there's no way I would do like a formal commission service doing that. It's a very simple DIY project, but for a commission, I was like, that's going to be really funky. But what I did find recently that I'm excited to get going is this. So this cable here has actually 6 22 gauge wires inside here. So 3 for each pot. So I'm going to be wiring each of the 2 pots into these 6 wires. And then on the other end, I'll be able to connect this into the thing. So I'll have one solid wire going from the pedal into the control panel for Outrun. And so this is going to be an awesome kind of mod video that I don't know if I'm going to create a tutorial on it, because I think the daisy chain thing is easier to do than grabbing this and wiring stuff up, but I might. But this is a nice, cleaner, simpler solution. So that is one of the things that I do have planned coming up, is doing some more modding tutorials and things. It just, it takes a lot of time to do editing for any of those tutorials, but that's how I built my channel, was doing the Outrun and the Star Wars mod. So definitely I still have that on my to-do plan to do. All right. That V pen looks beastly. Yes, it does. It's a great story. Console Fanboy says, I have newfound respect for all the content creators out there. I don't know how you guys do this. Creating is so much fun and addicting, but it's so hard. You know what, Zohar? Cheers. It's interesting how everybody gets started and kind of the path to success. You really have to set your own goals about why you want to become a content creator and what you're doing it. My original goal when I started YouTube a year and a half ago was to share the how-to of my Star Wars mod. The very first video that I ever produced was like a 35-minute video about what I did in the for changing that Star Wars, and I posted in the Arcade 1-Up and modding community, and somebody just asked, you should document that and share it. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I'd like to do that and spend some time editing, but I had to learn everything from scratch. So producing videos versus doing live content like this there's a different beast. I didn't show my face on camera until maybe like 4 or 5 months into my YouTube channel after doing tutorials and whatnot. And I was so slow at producing videos. I would do it like once a month if even, and trying to come up with an idea for stuff. But that's when I discovered live streaming, and there's an audience for people watching these hour-long shows and podcasts where we can just talk and have a voice. And it's easier to create live stream content as long as you have a strong opinion, good voice, good content to be able to talk and chat. I have a wonderful co-host for these Sunday chillin' chats. That's, I don't know, 17 episodes in, and people are still watching, which is fantastic. But it really
what are y'all watching?
It's us drinking beer and coffee.
And then I didn't realize it. This was supposed to be couples therapy. We actually never had a very candid conversation about like what ticked me off. I just always said no streaming at dinner time. Now we've implemented no streaming past 10:30.
And so now I'm using YouTube as an excuse to have family therapy and actually talk this out with my wife. I'm like, I'm going to save that conversation. Actually, that's not true. At the moment in time, I was really worried about, even because I was, honestly, I was mad myself that you came and just like slammed the laptop down. And I was like, that's rude. She just came up and like slammed the laptop down in the middle of the stream. So at the same time that she was mad at me, the only time I get mad at her is when she gets mad at me and how she approaches me about getting mad. So oftentimes if we get into argument, it'll be because I did something stupid, but then she'll come back to me and tell me why I'm stupid. And then I'll get mad at her for her telling me that I'm stupid or something. But I was mad at her for almost 2 days straight because she slammed the laptop down. I didn't talk to her. I barely talked to the kids. I slept in the other room for like 2 nights. I was actually pretty mad myself. But at the time, I didn't think I would use this time on YouTube to talk about it. But, it's here.
Hey, y'all, guess what? The next chillin' chat will probably be another couples therapy.
A couples therapy thing where you guys can watch it. But it just, whatever you feel like is a place to have a space to talk. But I find these live streams fun to do. And so I think the joy in being a content creator is that there's still joy in creating content or sharing it or talking to these folks, and even talking to the community live and here in the chat. This has been a really great way to get through the pandemic. Honestly, for a lot of people, it's been a way to connect with people and still stay connected to friends and still meet a whole new brand new community. So I think I've enjoyed it and I've really appreciated everybody that's, you know, supported the channel from the beginning and all the new subscribers too. We're still getting lots of new subs today.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the content, letting us know if there's anything else you want to see. I do want to get back into do more produced content, but this live stuff is fun. And I can't believe we're 17 episodes into this. Do you think you'll still be doing chillin' chats like a year from now? Like, is this something that will be a phase that will go back into something else?
I don't know how long I can keep waking up so early for you. This is the weekend. This is the only time I get to sleep in.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. All right. Project 03 says, I get the look when the toys get delivered. I don't even want to imagine the look I would get when an arcade shows up.
There's a difference between like a toy and then the arcade. Because it's like, we're very fortunate to have a very large and accommodating house. But I remembered when we first started dating, we bought a 2-bedroom, or we rented a 2-bedroom apartment. And my condition was always, everything stays in this 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
So we moved into this house, everything stays in this 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
Now he's taking over the den, the garage, and he threatened to take over downstairs where our current geriatric chinchilla lives because he's pretty old.
Yeah. And there's times where I look at the house, I'm like, oh yeah, I can move that. I can make space for another arcade if I move that. But it's I just have to do it sometimes and not tell her. But Mrs. Endless One Up says he had to mow the grass, weed whack in order. And I think, are you talking about like you just have to? Oh, you had to go mow the grass and weed whack. I thought you were saying that you had to do chores in order to make up if you did anything. So the way that I made up my apology to Mrs. Congress, it wasn't saying sorry. It wasn't going to her and having a conversation. What did I do to make it up for you that made you?
Oh shit, tacos and beer.
Yes.
So fellas, when you get in trouble, typically the thing is you go to the store, you buy flowers. They're called oh shit flowers. I don't care about flowers. Like they're pretty, they're nice, but what am I gonna do with this? So I've always told him, you get in trouble, just go buy me tacos. Tacos are fine. I'll survive. So what does he do? In the middle of the day, I realized he left the house. This is like around noonish or something like that. Then he kind of like runs home. He drops everything off. He puts something in front of me and he runs back into his office and I hear him start a meeting, which basically signaled to me that like he took time out of his busy day to go get tacos and beer for me. He didn't have to do it. He just got tacos and beer for me. So I took that as like, okay, that's his like, I'm sorry or oh shit tacos. So what did I did? I did his laundry. That was my apology to him.
Yeah, so I don't think we actually physically said I'm sorry to each other. I bought her some tacos and I went and bought her 3 cases of beer. So Guinness, Shock Top, and some Stella because she liked her. I think Guinness is her favorite, but she definitely loves her Shock Top too. And yeah, it's just we understand each other. So some beer and tacos have made up for it, and she folded my laundry as the apology back. So sometimes actions speak louder than words, and yeah, that was fun times. I thought it was like an unspoken way for us to connect with each other. Now you're thinking Star Wars Pod Racer could be a Battlezone cab. That's true. You can't wait to see it finished.
Wait. You get to see the Moo attacking his Star Wars.
Oh yeah, so this cat just loves sitting on top of my virtual pinball when I'm playing it because he's looking for the balls and like, he actually chases balls. So I play like this a lot, oftentimes, where he just sits on top of my V pin.
Just like that too.
Yeah, this fat cat is like 6 months, but is already like super fat and takes up half the screen. So I have paw prints all over my V pin. Absolutely love CGTV, love the variety. Yep. My dude, you're an inspiration for me big time, bro. Keep driving forward, my man. Thanks, Akuma Rev. Oh yeah, so Akuma Rev also runs and is part of the Fighters Evo stream, and been part of Fighters Evo, just connecting with those guys. But they do awesome Friday night fights and other content. So hopefully check out my guys, Fighters Evo. Hey, what's up? P-Dubs Arcade Loft is here. What's going on? P-Dubs is here. Editors get paid $30 to $100 bucks or $150 an hour because it's hard, tedious work for sure. I need to hire an editor.
You need to get paid as an editor.
That's true. Sometimes I'll do like what, a 10-minute video would take me like 5 to 10 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's real life.
Yeah. CGTV is good. like our shrinks. Sorry, Zohar. Couples therapy is free on Sunday mornings. Yeah, P-dubs, we need Michael B's wife on the stream. Not safe for work. Funny enough, I actually did invite Michael B and Mrs. Michael B to see if they would join the stream. Would that be fun to talk to them?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll try to set that up in a future time. But I messaged Michael B and said, hey, if you and the missus want to join us for this topic, I think it'd be fun. And then Michael B was like, let me ask her and I'll get right back to you, because he tried to convince her. He's like, oh, she was planning to go shopping and I'm hoping to persuade her. And then he responds back and says, she's leaving me. Not to leave me, but actually to go shopping. Sorry. So,
Such suspense.
Yeah, Mrs. Michael B is awesome. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. But, getting the wives of our fellow folks in here, I think would be fun. So P-dubs.
Getting any significant other to understand and like take in their perspective as to like what's happening to their house, home, living area, and supporting their others' passions. The thing that I've said this in the very beginning was that like I'm happy he has his community. He could be doing something else.
That's true.
Being a horrible example to our children.
There could be many other worse things we could be doing.
Yeah, but the fact that like you're willing to try things out for everyone, like taking it apart and like tinkering and showing people that it's possible that you can do this as well for somebody who has no experience with this thing, and then having a community back him and saying like, you got this, bro, like you can do this, let me see how you did that. It's great, but it's just a space.
It's just a space. But Mrs. P-dub says that Mrs. Kongs is always right. These people are still calling you Mrs. Kongs.
I know.
It's not Mrs. Kong. It's Mrs. Kong's RS. That's okay.
Mrs. Kong's RS.
It's short for Mrs. Kong's RS.
No,
That's
Mrs.
okay.
Kong is your mom.
Still.
I love that email we got from somebody. Hey, ask Mrs. Kong if she likes anything. I was like, forward that to your mom. Tell her if she likes anything. Order it.
I did get an email. That's the other thing that's still weird. I feel like for me, I feel like just another regular community member, and I'll get emails to my kongsrs.arcade Gmail account sometimes about doing some product placement or just talking about new things. And so one of the folks reached out about, hey, here's some free merch if you want to check us out, and definitely gonna check it out. But I sent it to Mrs. Kong's RS, and it said, and please have Mrs. Kong pick out something. So she's always like, have your mom pick out something. Somebody says we should start a channel called Retro Therapy.
I know, we got therapy cats too.
Yeah, therapy cats. That's right. You cannot wait for streaming goes wrong and Kong buys a giant cap and it's the straw that breaks the cat. And Mrs. Kong goes full off of space on the new toys on the stream. Would you ever do that? Get violent on something and like break it because I've done something?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't break it. Well, again, the laptop, I asked, was it mine? That's something I have control over. I could just go behind the wall, flip it, one of the surge protectors and turn everything off. But that's his devices. Those are your toys. I wouldn't feel comfortable breaking something like that. But if it was my laptop, it's like, I'm gonna close my laptop.
I think we do see that when there's movies that are action movies and there's like a lot of pointless destruction. We're like, oh, there's so much destruction. Like, why? There's all these things that are just getting like blown up and like smashed. And so that always makes me cringe. So I think we always I think we're too Asian. We like value the monetary value of things, no matter how angry we would get, and be like, I wouldn't break it. I would just sell it or something like that. And so I just get rid of it. So yeah, but P-dubs was saying, hey, wow, the Gargantuan modded back box on the Legends is tiny next to the real deal. This is true. This is Bobby Vu's modded back box, which is way bigger compared to the stock AOP. And this is my giant Star Wars Pro pinball right next to it. So you can see side by side, real Star Wars Pro pinball machine. And all the models are actually the same size for the Stern pinball machines, the Pro, the Premium. But yeah, this is the AOP, which is definitely, when you talk about 3/4 scale arcade, full size, definitely 3/4 scale. But the size of the AOP here is really nice. Even when I play this one, it's just a lot lower, right? Even like the size from standing up, I have to sit down when I'm playing the AOP because the hand placement is different. But yeah, that's definitely an interesting observation. But loving my AOP mod. But I have a new full-size V-Pin that I definitely need to check out. So Rubicon Alpha says, my home arcade was pandemic influenced. Yeah, I think a lot of us were, like in the pandemic, really trying to get into that. I became a single parent early in my 2 kids' lives, age 2 and 3. Had to raise them all on my own. Life throws crazy stuff at you. And lucky you met an awesome person once your girls became teenagers. That's an awesome story, Endless One Up. I think, all of us have different life situations that are going on. So I'm glad that you are still creating content, and Endless One Up is one of the new content creators too. So kudos to you, man. Like managing and having 2 kids, 2 and 3.
Oh my god, yeah.
No joke. So kudos to you. Gamersense says my wife hated me for having arcades and consoles, but once I started building my cabs, she seen dollar signs and said, "Okay, go for it." I think she was the same way, right?
No.
No, but I bring in miscellaneous income that helps support the family for other things
That
too.
is
No,
true.
Yeah?
Now I can tell my children, one of you get to go to an R1 university instead of an R2.
Yeah, so I mean, like the Star Wars pinball machine was like $6,000, and I was like, "Don't worry, my arcade hobby paid for this. It's not coming out of like our joint account or anything like that, too." So, if you have a hobby that actually produces income, I mean, that's always one of the best things too. So I've been fortunate that YouTube doesn't bring in a lot of that actually. So it's not this content. It's a lot of the folks that commission me to do things.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, okay,
yeah.
to be fair, it's not the money that I'm it's not the money that I'm excited about. It's the fact that you're not doing something reckless and dangerous
That's
as
true.
a hobby.
Yeah, so that real pinball machine makes Outrun and Star Wars cabs look crazy small. So yeah, if you look at the scale from real pinball machine, Legends pinball, this is like a Marvel versus Capcom on a riser. This is my modded Outrun. So I have a riser on this sit down Outrun, and that's the Star Wars that's just playing on the floor. So
I
it's
love this.
yeah, it's really cool.
Cheesecake. I need to do that too.
My wife likes oh shit cheesecake. That's good.
We're gonna have like oh shit food now.
I know.
Like,
Oh shit cheesecake, oh shit tacos, and oh shit beer. So yeah, it's a good one. Kong just pre-ordered the new 700 Voltron. Are you in trouble? Do you have any Voltron? I do. You're making me confess. I just ordered it. I just ordered it like yesterday or 2
What
days
is
ago.
$700?
Oh my god.
Is it like multiple points of articulation even if it's toes?
All right, so folks
That's
that don't
so expensive.
for folks that don't know what this is, there's this new toy, a Voltron toy. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent now. You're just making me confess, Kamla. My goodness. You're making me confess right now. All right, so there's a brand new Voltron toy.
$715?
Yeah, it's $700 and I don't know why. Okay. So
Yeah, you know why?
Blitzway made this Voltron toy, and it's $700 that you can order from these different places, right?
But why
And
is it so expensive?
It's
Don't click on the ad one.
what's
Go
that?
Scroll down. Don't give YouTube or Google money. Scroll down.
Okay, we're going to the actual.
Yes. Don't
what?
click on their ads.
Don't click on their ads.
Well,
Okay.
Go back to the site you want to go visit.
Okay.
This is a tip, y'all. Google is not a search engine. Google is a marketing engine.
Okay.
Don't click on the links that say ads.
All right, so here is Blitzway is the company, and they made this amazing $700 Voltron that has all this die cast. Where are the pictures of it?
I'm just reading descriptions.
picture?
You don't have to look at this.
What's that? Oh, you got to see the pictures of it. Let me just go to the image search then. Okay, so this is an amazing Voltron. Look at this. It's
Wow, Big Bad Toy Store is $700.
Yeah, so I mean, this is actually where I ordered it from. Big Bad Toy Store is where I order most of my things from. But this is the most amazing Voltron toy ever created.
I like how you just look at pictures. I'm trying to read the description. You're
Well,
like, don't,
about why it's so no, but you have to see the pictures to understand why it's so expensive. So look here at this. Even the arms. You look at the arms for these lions here, normally you'll see exposed legs for both of these, right? So this is the first Voltron toy that has covers the legs here. So from the look,
it's all die cast.
it's not all die cast, but there's a combination of die cast parts and thing. And there was actually a recent picture that showed off how much die cast was in it. But this is the most fantastical Voltron toy ever created.
Our poor mailman.
It's amazing. So
Oh
yeah.
my god, is it gonna be a sharp knife again so I could stab it?
And it comes. Look at this
the
line
stand.
stand. Look at this really cool line stand. So this Blitzway Voltron. I'm giving Big Bad Toy Store and this Blitzway Voltron some kudos here.
Ew,
But
it's like- The black
I-
line looks so bulky.
oh,
and
it's,
like,
that's how it looks though. That's
it's
the
supposed to look like a giant box.
Yeah, that's exactly what the black vine looks like when you watch the original Voltron for Go Line. So anyways, yes, Kamla, I just pre-ordered the new 700 Voltron toy. Are you in trouble? I do have the Soul of Chogokin Voltron. Like, why did I order this when I can get 2 of those for one of these? But I'm just like, I saw the diecast content and I was like, this toy, even though it's $700, after it sells out, it's going to be $1,000. People are going to want this for more money. So these are investments. But flipping toys is hard. But yes,
I love how like somebody's comment earlier was you get your arcades and your toys and your wife gets the kids. So it's like, yes, I get to tell my children because all my income now goes to their R2 institution that they get to go to. No,
Yeah.
R1, R2.
Yeah. So I'm behind on chat, but I love reading the chat during the stream. I'm like 10 minutes behind. Cute kitty. We have a little robot. We do have little robots. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, we do,
Holy
but they're
cat, your
not
cat
heavy
does the
enough.
same thing. Kongs, what are y'all thoughts on those mega caves with 50-inch screens? I like
He likes bigger screens.
yeah,
I like
but
big
it's
things.
yeah, I do like big things. But the 50-inch screens, it just takes up a lot of space. So if you have the space for it, great. But otherwise, I like my 3/4 scale arcade collection. You think that would be great to have Michael B on stream? Yeah, I'm definitely want to get with Michael B. Get paid $40 an hour to hard labor for sure. All right. I told you the Retro Angels podcast would be a hit. Let's do it, P-dubs. Let's get it going. All right, those damn cats are cute. You have kittens. Your dog would not stop barking at those cats. Watching on TV is funny. She's trying to jump at the screen. Cute. It's awesome. All right, maybe not for you. It's funny. This row looks like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Yeah, one is really too big, one's too small, and one's just right. That's true. That's true. I do like my AOP in the legend size. Your wife gets angry because she takes away the dessert, if you catch my drift. That's true. I still like dessert, and she does too. Okay, from tiny to real, Ritual Dello. All right, how to take up space demonstration. The winner is the real Pinball. Absolutely. Mrs. Kongzarus is awesome. I agree. One Lep is super cool. Go subscribe. I agree. Go check out Endless One Up. If you're good at something, never do it for free. Yeah, thanks. You're excited. So excited. He got excited. Voltron. Love Mrs. Kongzarus. He does that. Its toes articulates. You would never pay that much for a toy. Limit is 300. All right. You ordered that Voltron too? Yeah, Project 03. Yes. All right. So is that new Voltron really any better than the Solo Chogokin? So it's about 3 to 4 inches bigger. And, 3 inches makes a big difference, right? It's more die cast. And I think there's just better line articulation than the Solo Chogokin one. But I have everything displayed mostly when it's in its combined form.
But like 500.
I wish it was $500. When it was $700, like I didn't bite at it right away. It took me almost 3-4 weeks. And the thing that pushed me over the edge was there was a picture yesterday that showed how much.
Bought it yesterday, so it was like an impulse buy.
Yeah. It was yesterday morning, like while we were still sleeping. I was like, I'm gonna finally order this. Or it was like 2 nights ago, like when I was in bed. But there was a picture that showed how much diecast content was in it, and there was a lot, like for the shoulders, the legs, there's just certain areas that weigh it down that would make it way heavier. So I expect it to be the heftiest thing. And then I read an article from Toy Wizards that say it's going to be like the most expensive Voltron toy, and it's going to be worth its weight eventually too. So I don't think it's going to go down. I think it'll stay up in value. Like the high-end collectibles tend to hold their value. Like the HasLab toys, like the Unicron, all those things really retain their value. So I really think that the Voltron will too. Kong, you need to rent a space for the Kong Studios and all the toys will fit. And I've never really done a tour of my toy room, which I feel like I should do at some point too, because I have a lot of toys. Yeah, I have a lot of toys, and toys has always been a big passion of mine that I wanted to blend this channel into eventually. But retro arcades has still been a new hobby, but toys have always been one of my biggest things. Buy it. Optimus is $750. I think I already told you I got that Transforming Optimus. So Transforming Optimus was $700, but I can't believe I'm spending $700 on toys now. Like that's the amount of these cabs, if you will, and these toys are just ridiculous. These prices are crazy. Yes, Big Bad Toy Store is the best.
I have to say,
Yes.
I've never spent $700.
Still cheaper than Arcade One Up Pinball. That's true. What? Go ahead.
I've never spent that much on purses, makeup, or anything.
Yeah, what's the most expensive individual purchase you've ever paid for?
Maybe 200 something for something.
For like a purse or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been getting up there with my collectibles, and that real pinball machine was like the largest individual purchase I've ever brought in. I did get the Robeson Prime. I think it got delayed, so it might be coming out in November or so.
I guess a solo stove, right?
Oh, that's true. We did buy a barbecue pit. I don't know about which Tron. Tron is beautiful. Are you talking about something else? I don't have a Tron yet. Robot toys are the coolest toys. Die cast is a lost art. Yes, the comics are the same way. If you buy a highly valued comics, they're not hard to turn back into cash. I think that's true. Like all these are investments. I could flip many of these. I don't know about arcade one-ups holding their value, but some of these real arcades definitely would. Good morning, Ricardo. What's going on? 3 inches larger. That means that the one that I have is minus 3 inches. Oh no. True confessions of. All right, we're back. We're caught up to Cat. I want to buy a 3D printer to make my own toys, but you don't know how to do it. You would need help. Yeah. There's a lot of things you can buy already, or like not buy, but if you go to Thingiverse, like has a lot of pre things. Are looking at doing a Legends pinball conversation to see what the best resources is for doing one. yeah, there's a lot of good stuff about Legends Pinball. Wagner's Tech Talk has a good web guide about all the things you can do with Legends Pinball. And I have a lot of content on my channel that has a playlist for Legends Pinball if you want to check out. Buy her expensive purse. I used to do that, actually. I used to buy her Tokidoki, Coach, and what was the other one that you
Kate
liked?
Spade.
Kate Spade. I used to go look at purses and be like, ooh, I think this is something that Mrs. Kongers would like.
I think you'd be surprised. Like once you become a parent, your focus is more about like your children and what you can give your children. So, I mean, we're all about experiences too. So like the fact that like we put our kids into classes that they're excited about. So jujitsu, ballet, singing. That's kind of where my money's been going.
Yeah. Investing in the kids and experiences are more valuable to
Disneyland
us.
passes. There we go. That's
Yeah.
where my money goes.
Disneyland. Oh yeah, Disneyland passes were a big thing that we used to do often for our weekends and things. But I think the next big thing I told her that I wanted to do was there's that Disney Star Wars resort in Florida, the Star Wars hotel. Have you guys seen that? But it's like $6,000 for a 4-person room, and it's a lot of money, but it's an experience. I think it's going to be awesome. Star Wars hotel, Florida. Yeah.
The price tag is a little much.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy one. I can buy another pinball machine, or we can go to Florida as a family.
Okay, here's the thing. It's supposed to be an all-inclusive resort. Where's my all-you-can-drink?
That's true. Alcohol is always separate. I'm sure you'll find your ways to sneak in your alcohol into Disneyland. You're very good about that. We can sneak in something. The real question is, how empty would the house feel without any arcade stuff at all? And would Mrs. Kong fill the space if it was up to her?
We had a couch.
We
And
did
the
have a couch.
had wonderful blankets and pillows, and we used to watch movies up here.
Yeah.
Now that we have kittens, we could probably cuddle with the kittens on the couch too up here.
Yeah.
And the TV's really rad too.
I think we could find space for that. Rich Odella says he's a big comic collector, and the wife was complaining about credit cards, so he sells a book for $12,000, and she's happy. There's no complaint about my hobby at this point.
Can you sell any one of these for $12,000?
No.
A comic book is tiny.
No. But I have to say that we did help settle some other outstanding debts and things. We are financially well to do at the moment, thankfully. This is bringing at least it's a hobby that's generating income, right?
He's smiling at me with his little like glazed eyes.
Like, because I drank a beer.
Yeah, you drank a beer.
Yeah, I drank a beer. I'm already a little bit red, so I get Asian glow. So yeah, she's not complaining much about stuff, but that's awesome, Della. All right, I love how she tried to not smile when when you mentioned the Coach purse. Do you still like purses? Not as much.
Get me by. I need to wash it, so.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Stardust? What's going on? All right, dude, Star Wars Hotel looks amazing as a mofo for a crazy immersion experience. I think it's going to be cool. Go for it. Star Wars Hotel, once in a lifetime. You're just walking around the house trying to decide what else you can get rid of to make more space for arcades. That sacrifice. This guy doesn't know about sacrifice, though. Bobby Vu is here. He says, clean like a mother. Yeah. He's buying full-size arcades now. Did you know that?
Where is he putting it?
I don't know. Like he's buying like truckloads of full-size arcades and is looking to build a second full-size arcade in addition to his 3/4 scale arcade. But so if you're talking about space, this guy, he does what he wants to. He says nothing about it. Bobby knows how it's done. But he's Bobby Vu. It's all about the Star Wars Intergalactic Cruiser. You can't put a price tag on fully immersed Star Wars. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, people are liking the Star Wars immersive experience.
Okay, I'm not going to knock Disney because the Rise of the Resistance was actually a fully immersive ride. People say, oh, Universal, like the 3D. It's like, no. Do you know what fully immersion means? Fully immersion means you take your senses and you satisfy each portion of your senses. Just because you're seeing something in 3D doesn't mean you're satisfying every part of your senses. So Disney does a really good job in terms of like their immersion. It's that price tag that it's a little hard to swallow, if you know what I mean. You're going to Walt Disney World. We have to fly out there as a family. That's the cost of a plane ticket. If we pay for just the immersion, that's 2 days. Then we got to pay for a hotel to stay at Orlando. Then we got to pay for the park tickets. Then we got to pay for food and then whatever miscellaneous toy that I know you and the son wants to buy.
But the experience, it's vacation time. What else are we going to do? We've not gone anywhere for a year and a half, right?
If I had to put like, $1,000 for everything that I just raised my pinky or my fingers to show, how many grands is that?
6 plus 6.
Plus, there you go.
All right. We're saving money. We'll get rid
I
of all
want
the
my
arc.
children to go to an R1 university. Now you're telling them that they go to an R3 university to save up to go to Walt Disney World.
Life's short, right? All right, Rexer has a $5 super chat for Rexer because he's doing 6:15 p.m. Eastern for you. You're a good guy. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm not sure if is your show at 6:15 Eastern? I thought it was Pacific.
Now I'm confused.
Yeah, I was confused. I thought you were doing a 6:15 p.m. Pacific time. That would be 3 p.m. Pacific. Sorry, 6 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, if you can clarify, Zohar, I want to make sure that we
Yeah,
plug
is
you.
it 9 p.m. Eastern, so 6 p.m. Pacific? Or is
Yeah.
it 6 p.m. Eastern,
Yeah.
3:15 p.m. Pacific?
Clarify. All right, To Die For says his wife never said a word, so he gets unlimited arcades.
Oh no, this wife will say words.
Yeah, his wife. So Miss Richo Della says, Miss Kong, my wife loves Anuska pocketbooks. It's the only premium bagware she loves and not a
interesting.
flower person, but she loves oh shit food. I think that's a better way to go at this point, right? Instead of oh shit flowers, maybe when you're dating, oh shit food is definitely a good way to go once you're married.
Even when you're dating, don't get
even
oh
when you're
shit
dating.
flowers. Go get oh shit food.
Yeah. All right. So final plug for folks that are still watching. By the way, today is August 15th. Bobby is here. And we have the Mod Wars competition that today is the final day for folks to submit entries. So Rich Odello, you did a wonderful song for us. I hope you've been working on your Legends Connect board mod because we have a few folks that have submitted entries. So before we end the stream, just want to plug Mod Wars one more time. If you guys were planning on doing a Legends Connect build, today is the final deadline. I'll be reaching out to other folks that were interested in doing the competition. This coming Thursday, we'll be doing a showcase of all the builds on the show. And then hopefully we'll be giving away some free stuff. You can win a Legends back box like this with a free Legends pinball machine, courtesy of Bobby Vu To Die For mod. So definitely check out Mod Wars. Today's the deadline. It's happening soon. Mod Wars. Mod Wars.
You need your helmet.
I know I need my little helmet, but yeah, and Rise of the Resistance is really awesome. But thank you everybody for joining the stream today. We're a little bit over an hour. I think everybody had a good time talking about what's your limit and everything.
Listening to our couples therapy.
Listening to our couples therapy. It's not
Thank
arcades.
you. We didn't spend money. We earned money.
Yes,
That was not
exactly.
intentional.
I know. Thank you all for the super chats that are joining here. Happy birthday to Zohar. That was
Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, happy birthday. All right, and thanks Stringer Frims. Happy birthday to the #1 Pac-Man fam. I think this is an inside joke because Zohar always complains every time a Pac-Man Arcade 1-Up comes out. And but he got his Dream Arcade. He definitely got his Mortal Kombat cap. So definitely check out Zohar's stream today. Rexer's doing 9:15 p.m. Eastern. You're right. Okay, so yeah, just to confirm, 6:15 p.m. Pacific, 9:15 p.m. Eastern tonight. Check it out. And we'll see you on Console Fanboy Zohar stream tonight. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Good show, my favorite YouTube family. Thanks. Love you.
Okay.
Yes. Say it. Say it.
Love you.
Love you. I know we're just being awkward at this point. See you guys next time. Bye, everybody.